they came round the change rooms and said, who do you all want to be considered for? I said instantly Scotland. I didn't think about it. My mother was very Scottish. You may think it was Scottish. She was really Scottish. They were very nice chaps, but of course, I can't even remember their names now. There was a chap called Murray Hunter, who was at Cambridge, and he shares with me the honour of being in that list of names of people who represented their country once. So, no, it was the great passions hadn't worked up again, I think. Mm-hmm. It was just a game. Mm-hmm. Whereas now it'd be desperate.
Yeah, yeah.
Who's going to win on Saturday, for instance? Yeah. I mean, I think it's very hard to come and play in a foreign environment. I don't really take much interest in myself. Mm. I had too much work to do, and I quickly faded out because it was that very snowy winter, and down in Oxford there was no play or anything, and so one really just forgot about the game.
Yeah.
I think probably the family were pleased. My wife, she would never say she was pleased or displeased. I expect she was pleased, but she didn't talk about things like that.
When you look at the game now, when you watch the game, do you recognise the game?
No, it's totally different. There are a number of factors. I've never examined a modern ball, but there's a great difference between the ball that they play with now and the one we played with then, which was made with leather. Mm-hmm. It quickly got a bit of rain, it got very slippery. I remember backs used to play with mittens on their hands to try and stop the ball slithering out of them. But now they flip it along at terrific speed. That affects play enormously. They can pass it great distances and know the ball will get there.
Yeah.
But in those times, you couldn't do that. And in fact, I can remember playing in games when the ball was as heavy as a lump of lead, you know, and so there's that difference. And the other thing that strikes me very much about the modern game is the wonderful accuracy of the goal kicking.
Yeah.
But the ball is absolutely symmetrical, whereas in the past the leather wasn't quite as accurate as that. It was going to go off course. And of course, you now have stands right round the ground, so the wind doesn't,
there's been a lot of wind,
just as you're getting near the post, poof, it's blown off course. The rules have utterly changed, and you see with you watch these big matches now, 2 or 3 forwards are keeping the battle going there, but the rest of them are spread along the line.
Yeah.
And it's very hard to get through.
So you'll have watched quite a bit of Scotland through the years.
I have, off and on.
Who are including perhaps some of the modern day players, but who are the Scottish players you've admired through the years?
Oh dear, well, of course.
I don't want to put you on the spot.
that chap who was the Cambridge fullback, and he played fullback for Scotland. I can't remember his name. You remember his name?
Gavin Hastings?
Hastings.
Yes.
Yeah. I thought he was a very solid, good player.
Yeah.
And then there was a little man called Smith.
Tom
on
Smith?
the wing.
On the wing, no.
He was very good.
Ian Smith?
Ian Smith, was it?
Yeah, I think he was he in Oxford as well?
No, he was Cambridge.
Cambridge, he was Cambridge.
But good, and I can only remember the enemy. That I still think that Colin Meads, the All Black second row, was sent off unjustly in that match at Murrayfield. He was sent off because he kicked out and the opposite fly half got in the way and got kicked, and he was sent off for kicking him. But he could well have been sent off for an incident earlier in the game, in my mind.
Yeah.
I think they've just been unlucky. They could well have won several of the games this year.
Yeah.
So I don't feel they don't feel pessimistic about it in Scotland, do they?
No.
They're a jolly good side, I think, potentially a very good side.